Penny Whistle. He's
I
fantastic.
know.
He does a concert on it now, just about. He's fantastic. He used to have a dog that played the piano with him, and they did duets. It was incredible. Well, okay, to give him my best, and thank you for the call, and we will try to remind seniors that there is hope, even though you can't buy anything anymore and you're about ready to lose your home. You can still go out and get a job, and you can get it through the Office of Aging. And Linda, just ask for Linda Spalding, and the number is 753-4471. Okay, thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Have a great week, and thank you, gentlemen, for all your dedicated service.
Thank you.
Well, it's incredible. It goes on and on. Speaking of accidents, there are a couple of interesting wrinkles that have showed up recently. One is that if you spill a certain amount of gasoline in an accident, you now have to bring in a recovery team, a hazard team, which has to dig up all the soil and transport it God knows to where. And the limit is 4 gallons if you lose over 4 gallons of gas. And the insurance companies have to pay for this, and they're going crazy. They're going berserk.
Yep.
But, of course, most fire departments don't detect over 4 gallons. That could be a swamp of gas, but they say that looks like 4 gallons, a little under 4 gallons. Funny little laws.
I'm not sure about that.
Little funny laws, and I'm kidding in part. Although it is pretty hard to tell what 4 gallons is, and they hate to do it because it's a big deal. Another interesting thing we just learned is that if you're on the ambulance and you're an EMT and you check someone out and you find that you try for the strength in both hands and have them smile and talk and so forth. If they've had a stroke or you suspect it, you don't take them to the hospital anymore. You take them to the nearest helipad. It might be at the hospital, but they go directly to the helicopter and they go directly to the stroke centers, either in Erie or Buffalo.
Right.
Fillmore or in Erie, St. Vincent's or Hammett. Hammett's Hammett's a specialty item there.
If I may read, the fire service right now, Debbie Weaver's an RN with Starflight, and she's actually going around to the different battalions now. In fact, we'll have another meeting tomorrow at Sunset Bay, and she'll be coming in there to talk about that and about the Millard Fillmore Gates facility that is actually one of the better facilities to go to for stroke victims.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo, yes. And the recovery rate is phenomenal, but we have to be able to recognize that. And you're exactly right. In fact, we were discussing just yesterday where an ambulance going into possibly WCA in Jamestown, instead of turning right to go into the emergency room, would actually be turning left into the helipad, getting on that Starflight helicopter and right to Millard Fillmore Gates.
Yeah, they tell me they can do a scan in a matter of seconds rather than hours.
Absolutely, and then there's been
among other things, but it takes very expensive, specific equipment.
Very specialized equipment.
Yeah, and they have the tap down flat. They give you some sort of a chemical in your blood which clears up blockages immediately.
Yeah.
Saved a lot of lives, $5,000. We're sitting here with Ron Keddie and with Dave Himelein, and these guys are the big guns here in Chautauqua County, recruiting, doing things. So you've been here all your life, dedicated your lives to firefighting. How many years you been in, Dave?
41.
41 years. You, Ronnie?
He's got me by a couple, 38.
Okay. Ron, we have a couple of minutes left, and I want you to tell the story about the pig.
I can't do that.
You will not tell it?
I cannot do that, just like I couldn't say the name or ask the name, stuff like that. What my students all know about that, you have to be in my classroom in order to hear that story.
Oh, well, I'll tell the story right on the air.
Well,
I think it's
I've got a couple more points I'd like to be able to go through if I could.
We won't amuse people with a very funny story.
And then we'll be able to say we didn't have enough time and we'll have to come back to tell that story. There's a couple things that are coming up in the county right now that I'd really like to plug in. One is on February 20th, we're going to have a special seminar right here at the Chautauqua Lake School, and it's titled "Courage to be Safe." And Rita alluded to before about the fatality rate and/or injuries in the volunteer and/or career fire services. Accidents aren't contributed or aren't just specific for either career or volunteer. Fire doesn't know the difference if you're paid or if you're a volunteer firefighter. You can still get into trouble. And the seminar is going to be on safety. It's going to be about a 4-hour seminar. It's free. You're going to be able to get a certificate of being here for the class. And we're going to have refreshments provided. Again, it's February 20th. It's a Saturday. The doors are going to open here at the high school at 8 o'clock. We have vendors here, and we'll do some 50-50s and all that kind of good stuff. We have an exciting, dynamic instructor that's going to be here, not myself. I want to say the guy coming in is Deputy Chief Paul Melfi.